Hello everyone, I'm your Gibbs and it is time for a Digtopia.net Minecraft server update. I haven't done an update in a long time for the Minecraft server that I run with a bunch of folks. So I'll start right off with the details of how you get onto the server. And on the sign here, when you actually load into the server and you end up here at spawn, you want to go to this website right here at the bottom where it says register at digtopia.net/join-us. That will tell you the steps that are required to join. It's basically registration, upload an avatar, and post an application. And what that does is it allows me to kind of keep track of who's a real person and who's a spammer, because it's easier for me to delete the fake accounts. So please go ahead and do that. The website does host, or is a great place to host your videos or your photos or anything that you do want to share. Simple reminder, we are a PG-13 community, and that's simply because I get enough nudity and vulgarity and all that good stuff on the internet, and I just don't need more. So that's the kind of details of how you get in, and that's a little bit of what we're about. So let's go for a little bit of a walk around town here. What you can do here when you get into the game is grab yourself a free cake and a free map. Sometimes these are actually empty, but oops, I don't want to use that. Oh, so there you go, you can grab yourself a map. I already happen to have one. And you can grab yourself a free cake. I will grab myself a nice free cake. Let's see here. So there we go. Go ahead and help yourself. First time visitors, go ahead and grab yourself a free cake. So let's just wander up to the surface here, and we'll head upstairs to the exit, which isn't too far. Here we go, over here. So that's the exit right there. What I do want to share with you guys is this building was actually on our original world when we started the server on July 1st of 2011. And in fact, this wooden structure here, it's seen better days, but this wooden structure here with the dirt on the bottom of it, this was actually our very first build ever made. And what I've done is I've copied it over from the old world and put it into this brand new world that we made for the 1.2 update. So this is a bit of a historical bit of architecture, I guess you could say. The reason why it's all busted up is because we had quite a few creepers taking us out the first night that we were on the server. Back then we didn't have creeper protection, we didn't have any kind of mods at all, so it was pretty much kind of a raw server, if you will. So anyways, this is a bit of a historical monument, and this was actually constructed inside of this large building here. And this building was made by one of the original founding members of Digtopia, and I thought I wanted to pay homage to him by incorporating it into our brand new 1.2 world. So anyways, that's what this is all about. It is a sentimental building that is from our original world. So there you go, there's our spawn building. If you do follow the path here, we have a sign over here that's kind of about project ideas and some of our current projects. We are working on a harbor and a marketplace, and I'll show you both of those. And here's some ideas that folks have posted. So we're all about the friendly ideas. We are keeping the sort of capital area here PvP free, but if you actually go outside the walls, PvP is on. So we're going to have a server in the future that has a bit of both. It's going to have your PvP off and PvP on. So just add a little bit of a extra flair. So this is the starter village. This is intended for, and you'll notice there's a lot of signs here, but this is intended for people that are brand new to the server, and maybe even brand new to Minecraft. They can come down here right out of spawn, straight ahead, and in theory, there'll be empty spots here for them to build, but because the world is about a week old, we've had to put a lot of existing members into spots here. I'm not going to get into the details or going inside of any houses. Oh, cute, they attached their house. That's kind of neat. But generally the idea is that this is temporary living only. They're meant to kind of come here and live here for a few days and then move out. And I mean few playing days, so don't get the idea that you have to quickly start the game and move out. It's just more of making room for the new folks. We do get about, on average, 1 to 2 new players every day. So we're not a huge server. We only have 20 slots. But, you know, during the busy times, we're probably anywhere from 10 to 15 players. So if I kind of look right now, so we have 7 out of 20, which is fine. We're not looking to be a huge server. We're just more of a small, friendly bunch of folks. So that's Starter Village. And what I'm going to do now is head over. Actually, I'm going to just fly. Let's fly over here so we can have a closer look. So we have some nice buildings over here. That's a really nice one. We have another nice one over there. And once the server decides to, or Minecraft decides to kind of load in that good stuff, or maybe it won't. So we have started to build up. We do have walls right around the entire building. I shouldn't say building, the capital. So this capital city, I forced everyone to build inside here right off the bat. It's 500 by 500 squares or blocks. And I really wanted to have a spawn area that is lived in. So that's what I've done here. This is a hotel that actually goes all the way up to, I think, the sky limit, if I'm not mistaken. But it has a lot of floors. I think it has over 50 rooms. I'm not exactly sure if that's 2 per floor or what that is, but so this is obviously a world that is built in 1.2 with the new sky limit, and we are well above the clouds. Check that out. So this is a pretty impressive build here so far. For a server that's only a week old, it's really good. So this is kind of a donor village, and right now the capital is meant to be kind of structured. It's meant to have a modern flair to it. Certainly not the entire server is going to be built like this. You see all the little posts here where it shows like, here's my lot and here's that lot. That's meant for the fact that this is a city structure, and that was intentional to have it be like that. We are going to have other areas outside of the capital, and those areas will have free build, wide open areas, you know, things of that nature. But I purposely wanted the capital to be structured, and you know, it's not everyone's style, and I know that some folks are like, I just want to go out and build, and you'll find the occasional hidden sneaky build here and there, but that's okay. It's all good. One of the golden rules I have for the server is never break anything. And we've had people that have gone away for months and come back, and their builds are still there. And that's really what I continue to want the moderators to focus on, which is just because it's vacant for weeks or months at a time doesn't mean that it's not wanted. And yeah, there might be a few abandoned buildings that maybe folks never come back to, but that's all good as well. The worst thing that I can think of is when you're in a situation where you build something and you come back a few months later and someone's busted it up. So we don't tolerate griefing in the cities. So this is actually the marketplace, and we're going to be working on this in the future, but essentially what you can do here is you can buy grass and sandstone, and we do have an economy that is built in. So anyways, here's a place to buy some stuff. We're still working on this as an existing project, but I'll show you kind of the upper floors here just quickly because I want to go to the harbor. So people can have stalls here and they can sell their own stuff, if you will. They can make trade signs. One of our members has really put a lot of effort into building up this store here, and I don't know if it's every block, or sure as hell looks like a lot of the blocks, but certainly if you get real close here, you can see that you can trade for sand or glass or whatever you want to trade for. All of the different types of wools. Oh, even some stuff over here. So this is really nicely done. This whole floor is all filled up with stuff. And of course there's more room to expand. This building I think is about 100 stories high. Oh, here we go, now I can see it. So you can see it's still under construction. The center column there will have an elevator. The elevator right now only goes up 3 floors, but so anyways, this is the market. You can see the spawn is over there, and what we'll do from here is I'll show you guys the builder village, which has a lot of activity right now because a lot of the folks are moving out of the starter village and going into the village, or the builder village, or what I call Cap Town or Capital Town. So let's see if we can jump through the window here. Beautiful. That failed, didn't it? So alright, so we'll go down there. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go to the harbor first. So the harbor is a new project. We actually had a world here that we picked with a river that opened out to the sea. So it was a great opportunity for us to put a harbor in. And we have a couple things happening here. We have a new warehouse that's being built. We have a fish and chip shop over here. We have someone's outdoor stadium here. So this is a great place to have a party. We have some folks working on some smaller boats out here. And we also have this fantastic boat here, which is really well done. I'm an administrator. I run all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I wish I could build like this because this is pretty massive and pretty amazing. So that's a very awesome shot there of the boat. Harbor's here. I think there's a submarine further out. There it is right there. So there's a submarine with a missile coming out of it. It's not a humpback whale. It's a submarine. So anyways, that's your harbor. I'll just kind of warp back to the market. Oops, that's not going to work. We do have a warping system, so that allows us to travel around relatively quickly. Walking in Minecraft is kind of slow, so I kind of purposely allow folks to warp around and stuff like that. So this is heading over to what's called Capital Town. And this is intended for builders. It's basically another sort of area for folks to build. And we have 16 lots here right now. So we've got 8 over here and another 8 over here. This is a little fire garden. This is actually what I've built on the server. Right here. Here's your fire garden. Oh, and there's a worker over there working very hard on their place. So you can see here, this is similar to the donor area, but they're a little bit smaller, but you know, they can go up. They can go as high as go up as really high. So they're kind of working here. It's a little village. There's quite a few folks already living here. I think almost full now. I think maybe one open one right there. But we also have the other side that is being worked on right now, and I think we have one person living over here right now, so still plenty of room. Still plenty of room over here. So there you go. So there's a basement place down here, and I don't know if this person's here. I think they might have logged off, but so anyways, they're working on some nice little builds here. It's a little dark down here, but oh no, they're here. They're in their hot tub, it looks like. Hello folks. So yeah, they're getting into trouble, I think. I'm afraid to look at the sign, but oh, there you go. So they're having some sexy time in here. PG-13, obviously we have all ages on here. We've got folks that are 10 years old, folks that are 50 years old. I don't know. I don't really keep track of ages. It's not really something I care too much about. We're open to all ages. We're just looking for folks that want to have fun. Alright, so that's kind of the capital town. And I showed you the donor village. I showed you the... Oops, I just got myself all turned around again. I show you the... Oh, she wants me to go eat chicken. I showed you guys the starter village. Oh, I can't eat when I'm in creative mode. Oops. Come on. I'm not even hungry. So we do have some room over here to expand and allow some other folks to build nice little homes here. So that is Capital Town in a nutshell. And really, again, it's focusing in on a structured building style for the capital. We actually have 2 other folks that are just beginning to work on 2 very different cities. And really, it's just about offering variety for folks. And, if you want to have a building in the capital and you want to have a building in one of the other cities, that's perfectly legit thing to do. So if I know one is already under construction, and I'll show you guys what that looks like, if I can spell it properly. It looks like we're having a dance over here. So we'll go over to... Oh no, it's home actually. Home. Let's see here. So there we go, home. I have a lot of homes. Folks generally have 3 homes, or they have, I think, 6 homes, depending on what rank you are in the game. And we do have different ranks. Some of them are unpaid ranks. They're just based on loyalty. And then others are based on financial support, which gives them more commands. This seems to be quite popular. So this is called Menzobar, and sadly it's not doing what it usually does, which is probably more to do with fraps than anything else. But this is going to be a underground city with wide open building. It is going to be 500 by 500. I think right now it's maybe a third of that size. And yeah, so this is actually one above bedrock. So I'll show you guys. There's the bedrock right there. So this goes all the way down to bedrock, and then it goes all the way up to the surface there. So that's going to be a new city that we're working on. And I do know that we're also working on a sky city as well. So that's kind of exciting. The last thing I want to show you guys, and I have shown this, if I can just type it right, is our creative world. So what we have here is a opportunity for folks to have fun with pixel art. And this is our creative world. This is open to every user. And I've shown a lot of this before, like Nyan Cat, and I forget how you pronounce the backwards one, but the Waffle Cat. So this is an area for folks to, obviously, they get, you know, item selection. The inventories are separate, so they don't carry over between the worlds. And folks can go in here and do their pixel art, and they can experiment with different types of materials. The only thing we ask is to keep the redstone stuff to a minimum here. Like no repeaters and any crazy redstone contraptions, because they're just such a huge hog of resources. So yeah, so this is creative, and we actually, this world it is a 1.2 world. It was converted over, so we've actually had this creative world now for a long time, and we have the ability to build above the glass. That glass was just there to keep the weather out, but I have abilities to shut all that kind of stuff off. So yeah, so this is creative world, open to everyone, and there's a lot of builds in here that have spanned many months and hours of work, and honestly, it just blows me away, the skill that goes into making a lot of this stuff. So that's it. That is my channel update. It's a bit longer than I wanted to, but it's probably because I've actually not recorded one in a long time. Reminder, if you're interested in joining us, head over to the website digtopia.net/join us with the hyphen in between. Love to have you guys. Complete the simple steps that are shown there on the website and log into the server. That's all I have to say. Thanks everyone. We'll talk to you soon. I'm your Gibbs. Bye bye.